Hi, this is Brecky from Brecky Writes, and this is Brecky Reads. These are my 2016 Bookish Resolutions. Resolution number 1 is to read 100 books this year. Now, last year I read 62 books, which was more than I was expecting. I only planned to read 50, and I kept track of them on Goodreads, which actually encouraged me to read more books because I was more pumped about the books I was reading, and then I was inspired because I was reading reviews of books I'd never heard of. So I just thought, what the heck? I'm going to go for 100 books in 2016. I've never read 100 books before. I've probably never read more than like 65 or 70 books in a year, and I read quite a lot. And it's definitely going to be a challenge with starting the BookTube channel, trying to keep a Tumblr updated, and also writing at least 1 to 2 manuscripts this year, working on edits and getting things fleshed out to hopefully pitch for publishers. So it's certainly setting the bar high, but I figure if I could do it at any time, now is the time. And even if I don't make it to 100 books, getting as close as I can is really the goal for me. So 100 is the goal, and if I get anywhere over 65, I'll be happy. My second bookish challenge of 2016 is to keep up with my TBR jar. I got the idea of a TBR jar from Katie Tastic because she's just really rad, and if you aren't following her, you really should. And she last year had a jar full of challenges for each month. They weren't book names, but they were like types of books or genres of books that she doesn't normally read. So I've created 13 pieces of paper with different challenges, 1 for every month, and then an extra one in case I hit a reading slump or like I'm super blowing up my reading challenge and need more. I have already pulled my challenge for the month of January, and it is to read a biography or memoir, which I have totally done. I've read 3 memoirs so far, and I'm working on a 4th, and I might even read a 5th before the month is over, so I am totally smashing my TBR jar challenge so far. My third bookish resolution is to read some series, particularly series where I already own one of the books, and series that I have been like super crazy excited about and I'm trying not to be spoiled for. There are a couple that I've been spoiled a little bit for, and I'm really trying not to be. Like, I'm trying to be like, no, 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 but they're older series. I mean, not old series, but I'm behind. I'm behind. So here they are, in no particular order. The Mistborn trilogy. This is the first 3 Mistborn books, not the later ones. I'm super excited. Everybody who talks about Brandon Sanderson raves about him. So the Mistborn trilogy, I don't want to know what happens. I don't want to get spoiled, so gotta get on it, gotta read it. I own all 3 of them, so I have no excuses. The Mistborn is definitely happening in 2016. This is perhaps one of the top 3 I'm most excited about, and that is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I have all 3 of them. They've been sitting on my shelf, glaring at me for a couple of months, being like, we're right here. You have no excuses not to start. I will probably wait until February to start this. I'm working on my manuscript. My edits are due on the 31st of January. So once that's done, as soon as my edits are submitted to my freelance editor, then I'm gonna read all the things. And Daughter of Smoke and Bone is one of the top 3 trilogies I'm going to be reading. I'm so excited to read this book. So excited to read this trilogy. The next series that I'm super excited to read, and it's really more to finish, is the Mortal Instruments series. This is The City of Heavenly Fire. It is a behemoth of a book. Good Lord, look at that. It's like 725 pages. I mean, it is a huge, dense book. So much happens, I know. I've started City of Fallen Angels. I already have City of Lost Souls, so I'll be able to finish the 6-part Mortal Instruments series. This I am super, super excited about, but it's really emotionally intense for me. Maybe I'm just odd that I find it very emotionally just crazy. I really just need Jason Clary to like be happy for more than 5 minutes. Like, they find 5 minutes of happiness and it is wrenched away from them. And that just makes my heart sad, and sometimes I just have to walk away from that. I'm really excited to get to finishing this. I don't know if I'll be picking up the Shadowhunter Academy books or if I'm gonna start the Dark Artifice books with Lady Midnight that comes out, I think, in September. Maybe. I'm not saying I won't. It's just such a huge world. And I loved the Infernal Devices, and I've enjoyed the Mortal Instruments, although I think the Infernal Devices I prefer. But I am really, really looking forward to continuing on this journey with them and to seeing how it all wraps up. I have some suspicions on things, but I've heard there are like crazy plot twists and like cliffhangers and craziness, and I've sort of not been spoiled for like the ending, but some definite plot points that I don't think are in the first book. So I'm trying to get through this before I can be spoiled too much by enthusiastic fangirls on the Tumblrs. So high priority is to finish the Mortal Instruments series. So the other two series that I am definitely excited to read and I am trying not to be spoiled for are the Grisha trilogy and the Lunar Chronicles. I have heard nothing but good things about both of these books. Thoughts on Tomes just raves about Grisha. She is such Grisha trash, and I've heard good things about Six of Crows, but I've also heard that it's better to have read the Grisha trilogy first, so I'm in the process of acquiring the Grisha trilogy right now. I'm going to probably go out and get the first and third because I've already ordered the second one from Book Outlet. I don't own any of the Lunar Chronicles, and I think they're on like 4 months of waitlist at my library, so I'm just gonna buy them, or at least the first two, and then acquire the other ones later. I don't want to be spoiled for them, and I have been spoiled for some things. No big plot points, but definitely little pieces, and I want to go in with just a fresh, clean mind and a clean slate. So I'm excited for those two. I want to jump into them. There are definitely other books that I'm really psyched about. One of them is, I'm definitely going to read some Holly Black. The Coldest Girl in Cold Town and The Darkest Part of the Forest are both on my personal, like, books I want to get read by the end of 2016. And there are some indie books that I'm interested in and some just all kinds of books. Like, my Goodreads to-read list is like 400 books, and I don't know if I have enough hours in my life to get through 400 books. Like, I keep adding books and I don't take away books, so it's kind of a problem. But ultimately it's a good problem to have. Let me know if there are any series you think that I would love that I haven't mentioned. I may not know about them, so please let me know the things that you are psyched about. Are there books that you're afraid to be spoiled for? Are there series that you're trying to cover your ears and not hear anything about? But please, please, if you have recommendations of series or standalones that you think that I would like, leave them in the comments or come find me on Goodreads and let me know. Bye!